I'm going to show you how to make a top like this. So if you want to know how I did this, stick around for the tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to be using this striped, really stretchy fabric. I think it's a jersey. I just picked it up from one of these, you know, where they keep all the fabrics in a bunch and they're all really cheap. I used a similar fabric when I made the really long summer dress video. So you can go check that out if you want to see how to use this fabric in another way. This top was actually inspired by a dancer from So You Think You Can Dance, the season that's on right now. It was a crumper girl. I don't know what her name is, but I have a still photo, which is right here, of her. It's from her audition, and I really just loved her top. I loved the entire outfit that she had on. It was really cool, so I just wanted to try to make something like that. So the first thing you will need are 4 measurements, and they are the length that you want for your top, the measurements around the top of your boobs right here, your waist, and your hips. So, you know, if you don't want to take exact measurements, you can cut like a big old square out and then just custom fit it using pins. But if you are using measurements, then add 4 centimeters to each measurement, as always, so we can do the hemming. So I'm going to start by cutting out 2 pieces that are going to make up the mane of the top, so one front and one back, and they're going to look the same at first. Alright, so my 2 main pieces have been cut out. They look like this. They have been pinned together with the outsides facing inwards, and I've custom fit them to my body. So the pins go to fit just really tight on me. So the first thing I'm going to do is sew them together along the pins. And then what we're going to do, this seems kind of strange, but it's necessary for this specific kind of top. You can just keep it simple if you want and just go ahead and put the straps on, but I'm going to cut holes for the boobs because I want to put in fabric diagonally for like the boob pockets, I guess. But first I'm going to sew the sides. Alright you guys, so I've sewn the 2 pieces together, and I just want to take a second to tell you something. This fabric is super elastic. If you're using a fabric like this, you might have to get a special needle for the machine, because I don't have one of those needles. So the thing that I get is that sometimes the needle doesn't recognize the fabric and it makes like a big leap in between the stitches. So to make sure that I don't get like big gaps in the fabric, I have done 2 seams, as you can see. That's just a little tip, but if you can get your hands on one of those like elastic fabric needles, then go for it. I'm definitely going to get one of those, but I have just been too lazy, so yeah. Alright, so it's time to cut out the boob pieces, and in order to get them in the right place, we need to try this on. Alright, so the top is on, and I have to consider that I'm going to be hemming the top, so I'm pulling it like a little bit higher than it's going to end up. I'm basically just going to cut like pockets like this, and I'm going to pin them while I'm wearing this. So I think like just start up here. So I want like a thin strip left in the middle right here. Can you see that? You know what? I'm actually just going to take it off and then match the other boob hole on this side. And then cut these holes out. And then keep the pieces that you've cut out, because we are going to use those as stencils when we cut out the new pieces. They're going to go here instead. Alright, so this is what the boob patches look like. Sort of like little pockets. If you want, you can use these to sew on as actual pockets. I might do that, you know, sew them on a bit crooked. I like mixing the stripes and different patterns and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is place these 2 on a piece of fabric. And I want them to be diagonal, so I'm going to put them, you know, diagonally, I guess, on the fabric. And then cut out 2 pieces that are about 1.5 or 2 centimeters bigger all the way around for the hemming. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, these are my new boob pads. If you want, you can go double fabric for these, or you can sew in one of these like things that you put in your bra, like these metal thingies. You can put padding in and, you know, do whatever you want, but I'm keeping it simple this time and just going with the one layer. So it's time to sew these to the piece. And I'm going to show you how I do this instead of explaining it. Alright, so this is how I want them to end up, which means, whoops, that I have to flip them like this, and then start pinning right here, and then keep going here, 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 and all the way to the top, and then do the same thing to that side. That makes sense? Can I show you from this angle too? Okay, so everything is flipped the right way right now. So taking the boob pad, like so. And you kind of have to twist the fabric around the boob shape. It looks like I have big ass long boobs right now. Crazy long boobs. The other side, and this little strip which is between boobs makes it really easy to move the fabrics around, seeing as we have a circular shape here. So just sew along that line that you just pinned and then do the same thing side to the other boob. Top now looks like this. Boob patches are on. So the next thing I'm going to do now is hem the bottom, and I'm just going to do a tiny little hem because we're going to decide, you know, where everything ends up when we do this hem here. So just a simple hem for the bottom. The bottom hem is done, and it's time for the straps or strap. I'm just going to go with one halter strap today. You can do two if you want. I had just happened to have a strap ready. If you check out my video for the really long comfy summer dress, I think I called it, you can see how I make these straps, and for that dress I thought I was going to go with two, but then decided to go with one, so I have one left over that I'm going to use. So I'm not going to show you exactly how I make the straps, but it's super easy. You basically just cut a big strap, folding the edges, and then sew it shut. So if you want to see like specifically how I make them, then check out the video for the long comfy summer dress. Alright, so as I sew this on, I'm also going to hem the top, so it's time to try it on. Somewhere around here, so I'm just going to pin these on here, then hem the entire side. Oh, and if you want to, you can sew an elastic to the top right here if you're worried that your boobs are going to fall out. So I'm going to sew this in as I sew the hem. So it's going to end up on the inside. Just help you keep everything in place. And then we will be done. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!